Hi guys. So I'm playing catch up on videos since that one video decided to go ahead and load so nicely. I'm playing catch up. This is about Sunday. So I asked the cards a couple of questions, and the first question was, at this time in my development, the pure consciousness is to be of assistance to me. Is that accurate? The answer was yes. Already of assistance. Assisting me in the change in my belief system. Loving the future work and the process. And the advice, the card said, the consciousness has been called to aid me in moving out of the manufacturing and supply economy. The next question I asked was, the pure consciousness is acting as a creating bridge for me. And the answer was, called to be of assistance because of past challenges. The advice, coming out of troubled water into a good ending. Yay! Yay! And the last question I asked that day, which I took a picture of the spread that I'll post it at the end of this video. The question was, is it accurate to call the pure consciousness quantum consciousness? Answer was yes. It's an opportunity to form a partnership, being called to do something that will change your life, and it's time to put thoughts to action. Take the next step. The advice was, walk past the old system of manufacturing and supply economy into the new quantum economy. And later that day, later Sunday, I just had thoughts coming to me, and it was like, what if I could replenish the meats in my deep freeze? What if I could replenish the eggs that I get from the chickens? There's a lot to those two what ifs. A lot. There's a lot of potential there. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. The thought came to me, so I'm going to do it. The thought came, so she's going to do it. So, sounds good. Sounds good to me. So, whenever I first started putting the pure consciousness between my hands, the way I learned it was that you put it between both your hands. And, gosh, it's been almost in September. I think maybe it was, I don't remember. It was sometime this summer that late spring, early summer, whenever I learned about the pure consciousness, and I kind of took a course on how to manifest it, etc. So since then, I had only been comfortable creating it between my hands, but Sunday, I was comfortable enough with the process that I was able to manifest it in either hand. So I'm also discovering that what's happening with the quantum consciousness helping me is, at the time that I'm being assisted with the best thing that will help me at that time. And as us 50 and older starseeds, are learning how to change our belief system. We're learning how to change our thoughts. I'm noticing that as I feel comfortable doing something, that the quantum consciousness has helped me, and I'm seeing that through the cards, is helping me do stuff a particular way. I'm being loosened up. My imagination's being maybe loosened up, and I'm able to start having ideas that are outside of the 3D box. Oh, and one thing I wanted to mention is back in the church days, and even now, you know, there's some thoughts that I just don't want to have hover around in my mind. And I'm aware whenever thoughts come. I actually don't know if all star seeds are aware of the thoughts that they have. Humanity, I think, is not really aware of thoughts that actually come into their mind. But back in my church days, there were some thoughts that, I would not give them permission to hang out in my mind, because I didn't want to have that, be around in my life in any shape or form, and especially in my thoughts. But what I have found out, and what I'll share with later on here, is I found out that I'm starting to treat the old method of doing things, the old process. I'm starting to treat those thoughts like I would treat, an evil thought or a bad thought or a sinful thought. It's just a thought. I'm not interested in having it in my mind anymore. So as soon as it comes up, I'm like, nope, I don't even want to think about it. And so I find that very, very cool. So I'm growing, and we're all growing. So let's see. And back to my notes, in being comfortable making a consciousness ball in one hand or the other, and I had also found out that I'm comfortable now. The initial way of making a portal, I found out that, I prefer kind of to make it a different way. And as we're creating our reality, we can choose what we want to do. So what I've started doing is I just make a quantum ball in one hand, and I toss the ball out. I toss the ball out to create the portal, and then I use my hands as I'm standing back. I use my hands to shape it. That's how I'm doing it now. It hasn't manifested in the physical yet, but that's what I'm playing with. And that's what feels fun and good to me. So that's what I'm doing with that now. And as sovereigns, we can choose however we want things to look. So, and my consciousness has also expanded. This is all Sunday. My consciousness has expanded regarding locations for portals. For example, whenever I was first practicing, I would just practice in the living room. And then I was looking at the practicality of that and the reality of having portals. And right in the middle of a person's living room is not really a practical place to have a portal. So I started looking at where would be a practical place to have a portal. And I've been starting to put them in the corner walls, where the corner of the walls meet. I'm throwing practice throwing my portal in there in the corner. That would be out of the way. Practical. My replenish practicing has just exploded. Everything that I put my hands on to use, I'm practicing the replenishment practice method of consciousness goes to it. Consciousness assesses, analyzes, and determines what the frequencies and resonances need to be to replenish that object or objects, whatever it is. Oh, look there, see? Okay. I don't have it set. And once that thing gets set in my mind, once it comes like second nature, and it will. So you replenish, you do the analysis, you see the consciousness go into the container, you ask the consciousness to manifest a non-physical object, then you ask the consciousness to expand to fill the container, then you ask the consciousness to manifest in the physical, in now time. Not second nature yet, but it will be. So, you know, everything I put my hands on, everything. You know, salt, honey, eggs, flour, puppy kibble, dish soap, oatmeal. And, as some may know, probably everybody, but you know, I am the mouth spray for dogs lady. Mouthsprayfordogs.com. That's me. But Sunday I had the thought, wow, what if I could replenish my supply that I have on hand, replenish it by the case instead of having to manufacture it step by step. You know, how cool is that? So, you know, because I build it from the ground up. Bottles, labels, sprayers, ingredients, filling the bottles, putting the wrap on, all that good stuff. What if I could just, and then that extra step about, you know, putting the, infusing it with the unconditional love and peace and health. You know, what if I literally could replenish that? I have a case left, there's one bottle left. What if I could just replenish it? Whoomp. Wow. Okay, so change the way I think. I'm going to change the way I live. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm going to just do another one right after this and get caught up. So, love you guys. Have a great one. Bye.